All right, so have you ever like been speaking English and you totally know what you want to say, but then there's just that one word
Uh-huh.
and it just, just won't come out.
Yeah,
Or it
yeah.
comes out all weird and you see that look on the person's face like they have no clue what you just
Oh,
said.
totally. I've been there.
It's like the worst. Right. You know what you want to say.
It's so frustrating.
You just can't get it out.
Exactly. And it happens to so many people learning English.
Oh, for sure. It's not just you.
Even when you know all the grammar and the right words to use,
He's got the idea.
got the ideas, but then pronunciation just trips you up.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to really dig into today. This whole thing about how AI can help with pronunciation
It's pretty amazing, actually.
and how that can really boost your confidence when you're speaking English too.
Totally. Because if you can pronounce things well, you just feel so much better about talking.
Exactly. By the end of this deep dive, you'll see how these AI tools actually work,
Mm-hmm.
how they can help you with those tricky sounds,
Those pesky sounds that just won't cooperate.
and how you can just feel more confident every time you open your mouth to speak English.
Yes, that's the goal.
So you'll be able to speak up in meetings or order food without any hesitation.
Exactly.
So and we're basing this on some pretty interesting research about using AI to improve pronunciation.
Yes, there's been some fascinating work done in this area lately, and
What we really want to do today is break it all down for you.
yeah.
Like show you how these AI tools work and how you can actually use them to fine-tune your pronunciation.
So you can sound amazing.
And that's going to help you boost your confidence too.
It's all connected.
So Amanda, to kick things off, why don't you tell us a little bit about what makes English pronunciation so tricky for so many people?
You know, it really boils down to the sounds themselves.
Yeah.
Unlike some languages where everything is pretty much pronounced the way it's written,
Right.
English has a lot of sounds that just don't exist in other languages.
True.
And even tiny differences in how you say a vowel or a consonant.
It can change the entire meaning of the word.
Totally. It can.
It can be a recipe for disaster.
It really can.
So give us some examples of those really tricky sounds that can trip people up.
Well, think about the classic pear, ship, and sheep.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It all comes down to that vowel sound.
Which is so subtle.
It is, but it makes all the difference.
Absolutely. One little sound and you've got a completely different word.
Exactly. And then there's the th sounds.
Right, like in think versus this.
Yes, those two different th sounds.
And a lot of languages only have one of those.
They do, so it's a real challenge to master both.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you know when you mispronounce these kinds of words,
Hmm.
it can lead to some pretty awkward situations.
Absolutely.
You might have to repeat yourself a bunch of times.
Or people just look at you like,
Huh? What did you say?
yeah, we've all been
We
there.
have. It's embarrassing.
And it's so frustrating.
Because you know what you want to say.
You just can't get it out right.
And that's where these AI tools come in.
They're like a game changer.
They are. It's like having a personal pronunciation coach right in your pocket.
That's available 24/7.
Exactly, 24/7.
So Amanda, can you give us an example of what one of these apps or software programs might be called?
Yeah, sure. You might see something like, Name app or Name software.
Okay, so just generic names for now.
Yeah, just for now.
All right, so these AI tools,
Hmm.
how do they actually pinpoint your pronunciation problems?
Well, basically, they listen to you speak, and they can tell exactly which sounds you're struggling with.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. They use these really advanced speech recognition algorithms to do that.
So like real-time feedback as you're speaking.
Exactly. You're talking, and it's analyzing your speech, and then, boom, it gives you feedback.
Wow, that's cool.
So, for example, let's say you're trying to say the word comfortable.
Okay, comfortable.
The AI might say something like, hey, I noticed you're stressing the second syllable too much.
Instead of the first.
Instead of the first, yeah, try emphasizing comfortable.
Wow, that's really specific feedback.
Right. It's not just you're saying it wrong. It tells you exactly what to adjust.
So it's actually helpful.
Super helpful.
And do a lot of these tools use like games or points to make the learning more fun?
Oh, yeah. A lot of them do.
Because let's face it, pronunciation practice can be kind of boring.
It can be, but when you turn it into a game, it's way more engaging.
Like you get points for pronouncing things correctly, or you can track your progress.
Exactly. And you can even compete with other users.
Oh, that's cool. So it's kind of addictive in a good way.
In a good way, yeah. It makes you want to keep practicing.
Okay, so we've talked about this personalized feedback and the game aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But let's dive a little deeper into how the AI actually knows what good pronunciation sounds like.
Right, because how does it know, right?
It's not magic.
It's not magic. It's actually really cool.
So tell us.
Well, these AI systems are trained on huge amounts of audio data.
Like recordings of people speaking.
Yeah, tons of recordings of native English speakers saying all sorts of words and phrases
So the AI is basically listening to all these different people.
and learning all the subtle ways that native speakers pronounce things.
So when you speak into the app,
Mm-hmm.
the AI is comparing your pronunciation to all those native speakers it's learned from.
It's like it has this massive library of perfect pronunciation in its brain.
And it can tell if you're deviating from that.
Exactly. So let's say you're saying the vowel sound in like the vowel sound in pain.
A common mistake.
Very common. The AI will pick up on that and say, hey, something's not quite right there.
And what does it do?
Well, then it can give you targeted exercises to help you fix that specific sound.
So it might show you like a diagram of where your tongue should be.
Exactly. Or it might give you pairs of words to practice.
Like pen and pain.
Yes, pen and pain. So you can really hear the difference.
And feel the difference in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
It's like having a personal trainer for your mouth.
I like it.
It helps you get your tongue and your lips and your jaw all in the right positions to make the right sounds.
And you mentioned earlier that these tools are adaptive.
Yeah.
So if I'm having trouble with, say, the L sound,
Right.
but my S sounds are pretty good,
Uh-huh.
the AI won't waste my time making me practice S sounds over and over.
Exactly. It focuses on your weaknesses.
That's really smart.
It's all about efficiency.
So it's making sure you're spending your time practicing the things you actually need to work on.
Precisely. It's tailoring the exercises to your specific needs.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It is.
Okay, so we've talked about how these tools work,
We have.
but what does it actually look like when someone starts using one and their pronunciation gets better?
Yeah. What kind of impact does it have on their life?
Exactly.
Well, imagine this. You're in a big meeting at work,
Okay.
and you can confidently share your ideas.
You're not worried that people won't understand you,
Exactly. You're not stumbling over your words or anything.
and you can just focus on the content of what you're saying.
Exactly. And everyone's listening and nodding along.
They get it.
They get it because your pronunciation is clear and easy to understand.
Or imagine you're traveling to a new country,
Hmm.
and you can easily chat with the locals.
Ask for directions, order food.
You don't have to worry about being misunderstood.
Nope. You're just communicating and enjoying the experience.
That sounds awesome.
It just makes life so much easier.
So it's about more than just sounding correct.
Way more.
It's about taking away that fear of being misunderstood.
And it's about boosting your confidence.
So you can really connect with people.
Yes, exactly.
Have you seen any examples of this in the research you've looked at?
Oh, yeah, tons of examples.
Like real people who have used these AI tools.
And seen real changes in their lives.
Tell us about some of those.
Well, there's one guy who used to be terrified of talking on the phone.
Really?
Yeah, he would avoid it at all costs.
Wow.
But then he started using an AI pronunciation app, and he got so much better at pronouncing words clearly.
That he wasn't afraid of the phone anymore.
He actually started enjoying talking on the phone.
Wow, that's a huge change.
It is. And then there was this woman who was really shy about speaking up in meetings.
A lot of people are.
Oh, yeah, it can be intimidating. But after she started working on her pronunciation,
She felt more confident.
way more confident, she started sharing her ideas and contributing more.
And people were receptive.
They were really impressed with her contributions.
That's fantastic.
It is.
So it's like pronunciation is this key that can unlock all sorts of opportunities.
Absolutely. It's about more than just sounds.
It's about communication and connection.
And feeling confident in yourself.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening to this and they're thinking,
Yeah.
okay, this sounds great. I want to try it.
What should they do?
Yeah, what's a good first step?
Well, I would say the most important thing is to make it a habit to practice regularly.
Okay, so don't just try it once and then forget about it.
Exactly. You got to make it part of your routine.
Like how much time are we talking about here?
Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's better to do a little bit every day than to try to cram it all in at once.
So consistency is key.
Definitely consistency is key.
Okay, daily practice, that's step one.
Step 1,
What's step two?
focus on your weaknesses.
Don't just practice random words.
No, the AI tool will tell you which sounds you're struggling with.
Right.
So pay attention to that feedback.
Right.
It's like having a personalized roadmap to better pronunciation.
Okay, so you're using the AI as your guide.
Exactly.
What's step three?
Step 3 is to take it beyond the app.
What do you mean?
Don't just practice in isolation.
Got it.
You got to use your new pronunciation skills in real life.
So like talk to people.
Yes, talk to friends, watch movies in English.
Even try mimicking the actors.
Exactly. The more you use your new skills in real conversations.
The more natural they'll become.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's about bridging the gap between practice and real life.
Now, I know some people might feel a little shy about practicing their pronunciation.
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially out loud.
So what would you say to someone who's feeling that way?
I would say start with the AI tool
Okay.
because it's a safe space to practice.
No judgment.
No judgment at all. The AI isn't going to laugh at you or anything.
It's just there to help.
Exactly.
So you can build up your confidence before you start using your new skills in the real world.
Exactly.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
So bottom line is that using AI to improve your pronunciation, it's not just about sounding perfect.
It's not.
It's about breaking down those communication barriers
And feeling more confident when you speak.
so you can really express yourself.
Yes, and connect with people on a deeper level.
So if you're listening to this
Yeah.
and you've been struggling with pronunciation,
Or feeling hesitant to speak up.
I would definitely say give these AI tools a try,
They can really make a difference.
because who knows what amazing conversations and connections might be waiting for you.
Once you unlock the power of clear, confident pronunciation.
It's exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is.
So go out there and start practicing.
And have fun with it.
You got this.
You do.